So, Brigitte Macron, the First Lady of France, I mean, how come nobody told me that there were all these rumors going around that she is allegedly a trans woman and all kinds of craziness? And the other day I was watching Candace because, Candace Owens has always sort of been you know, on my radar just because of how she attacks Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, all the time. So I think there might be a couple of videos on my channel, my 2300 videos. There might be two about Candace and how, I don't appreciate how she attacks Meghan all the time. Well, come to find out, she's also attacking Brigitte Macron. And so she has this series that she does where it's called Becoming Brigitte or something like that, where she claims that the French First Lady is a transgender female. And it turns out that there were these two French women who started these rumors. And Candace is basically saying it's more than rumors, where they did all kinds of genealogy tests and they did all this research. And, they're trying to say that she took the identity of her brother, and just a bunch of insanity that I'd never heard before until I heard Candace saying this. But it turns out that today, um, the women who claim that the French First Lady is a trans woman, or whatever, um, because they were condemned on the lower court in France, in Paris, of having defamed the First Lady. And then they appealed and they won on appeal. And so Candace, I heard that from Candace also tonight. So Candace basically is saying that it proves that it's true that the First Lady is a transgender woman. What can I say about all of this? I mean, I'm I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it. I think, to me anyway, that this woman is a woman and born a woman. It's if correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she has two children, or maybe even three biological children. So you cannot sort of do that unless you are a biological woman. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. Okay. So it's very, very bizarre. And then these two French journalists who apparently started this story were condemned on the lower court, but on appeal they won. That's very interesting. I don't know what that judgment really actually says. Are they not guilty of defamation? But does that mean that the court is saying that what they said about the First Lady is true? I don't know. You know what I think about something like this? I feel like it's very, very mean, because I think that let's even assume, worst case scenario, that it's true, right? That she was, you know, a male before and she became a female. Imagine how much trauma that in itself must have been for her, or for anybody who feels the need to do that. And then to make it this public spectacle. I understand she's a public figure. She's the wife of the president. I understand that. Was she under an obligation to disclose all this information, if true, to the French public? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that there's a line, and I think certain things are private, right? That's assuming it is even true. But let's assume it's not true, right? And to have people become so convinced of this, because now that Candace said it, and I went and I did some research on it, like, what? So I Googled this, like, what? How come I missed this whole thing? All of the major French papers have stories on this, from Le Monde to just all the papers. And I have never heard it until Candace started. Like a couple of weeks ago is when I'm first hearing, I do live in my own world. I mean, to a fault, to a fault, you know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm completely oblivious. And then my own life blows up, and then I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, what's going on? Like, really? Trump is president again? But have you heard this story? And what do you think about this story?